Heyo, it's editing Kayden. So for those of you who saw the short earlier, you already know the situation. For those of you who didn't, quick explanation. It is Easter Sunday. Happy Easter for those of you who observe. I woke up super early around 3:30 a.m., decided to get a jump on things and be productive. Made a bunch of thumbnails with some new pictures and decided I didn't want the series to slog, so I was going to see if I couldn't play a couple nights and, get a couple more variations of the house out of the way, because it had been the same pool of rooms for the past 6 nights of gameplay, so I figured it'd be easy to just edit in if one or two new rooms come up. And then, of course, I got a bunch of new rooms, new items, plot points, and things I need to read out loud, and it wasn't fair to not make the entire episode. However, because I decided to do it outside of my room, and again, it was super early in the morning, that meant everybody was asleep, so I couldn't do any live commentary while I was gaming. So today's episode is going to be done entirely in voiceover. I apologize for that, and I will never make this mistake again now that I know that Blueprints is definitely not that type of game. It is entirely dependent on RNGesus. And I think, yeah, the next couple episodes are probably going to be live streamed so we don't run into that again. But anyways, hopefully it doesn't detract from the fun that much. And here we go.
Now, of course, the best part of doing this via voiceover means that I can make fun of myself as much as I want, and no one can stop me. So, let's see what Kayden does on day 7. And we're headed straight to the north door. We have the hallway, the parlor, and the closet. What shall we choose? Going for the hallway. Nope, we have decided to head east. We have the pantry, the spare room, and the kitchen. We've chosen the spare room like a coward. The pantry, the nook, and the commissary. And now we go for the pantry. Yes, pick up your snack, a yummy banana, and some coins. Completely ignore the door, so that we could head east. The guest bedroom, the storeroom, and the corridor. We've gone for the storeroom. We're no longer afraid of dead ends. Picking up our stuff. Wait a minute. Our painting has changed. It is now a hand holding a crowbar. I hope that doesn't come into play later. Slight pause here, as I decided to play on controller today rather than keyboard and mouse, and I needed a moment to figure out the mapping. Alright, we have a nook, a utility closet, and the commissary. We've chosen the utility closet. Doesn't seem to have anything useful right now, but I suppose it could come into play later. Wait a minute. We have constellation and a staircase. Whatever could that mean? One of those filthy, lying red cards. Parlor or nook or nursery. We've chosen the parlor. Classic. Grab our key, and now what are our challenges? The black box is black. The black box is true. The black box is empty. Well, that seems maddeningly unhelpful. Let's take a chance on the white. We have chosen poorly. We have a corridor, a closet, or a guest bedroom. Going for the closet. Time to come out of the closet, Kayden. Headed back east to that door that we neglected so far before. The den, the bedroom, or the gymnasium. $20 he goes for the den. Oh, don't pretend. Yes, we know you went for the den. Yes, grab your little gym. Good boy. You don't have a west door. You have to go north. The nook, the chapel, or the commissary. As is appropriate for Easter Sunday, we've gone with the chapel. There don't seem to be any items laying around. Once again, no western door. We must head north. To the guest bedroom, the bedroom, or the observatory. And we've decided to add the bedroom. Check for any items laying around. We never know what we might find. Aha! A die. That'll come in handy. And we have a bourgeois, a library, or the commissary. Will you go for the boudoir? Take your time, it's a big decision. We have decided to re-roll. The guest bedroom, the dark room, or the secret passage. We shall brave the dark room. We don't have a southern door. We must head west. We have no idea what the hell we're getting, so choose at random. And we have the library. Ah, Swimbird! We did do this. Swimbird by Marion Marigold. I am a dare bird, a daring and brave bird, diving so deep bird, a ride on the wave bird. There is not a dare I would not do, there is not a depth I would not dive to. However, my friends are not very open to the idea that I like the sky less than the ocean. Bird in the sky, not in the sea, that is what they say when looking at me. You are not seabird, you are not swimbird. If you are friend bird, fly in the wind, bird. And shouldn't you always listen to friends, for they know me best, or so they pretend. So I dare not dive, and I dare not swim, and I dare not step foot in the ocean again. And I dare not smile, and I dare not laugh, for they will do it for me, and on my behalf. And I dare not dream, and I dare not speak, for maybe my friends won't like the real me, and I will say goodbye to my dreams in the sea, and wonder why daring feels just like defeat. Oh, that was quite a sad story. Headed upstairs. We have the records book. Of course, we have our scrapbook. Yes, there's our scrapbook. Yes, yes. Sniff like a sniffy little boy, Kayden. Alright, we have the weight room, the commissary, the secret passage. We've decided on the commissary. Do we have anything good for sale? You have a magnifying glass, sledgehammer, sleeping mask, or running shoes. Let's grab that magnifying glass. The guest bedroom, the nook, or the bunk room. We've gone for the guest bedroom. An interesting choice. We get the additional 10 steps. However, we have nowhere to go. So those additional 10 steps were quite useless, unfortunately. So let's call it a day. I didn't notice this before, but every time we change the blueprint, Mount Holly gets a different title. It was Quaint Cottage right there. Day 8. We're headed east first. The bedroom, the utility closet, or the nook. We've decided on the nook. Grab our key. We've headed back east. The pantry, the guest bedroom, or the storeroom. We've gone for the storeroom. Our painting is now a safety pin. Headed north. The closet, the spare room, or the pantry. We have chosen the spare room again. The chapel, the hallway, or the den. Of course we choose the den. It's a compulsion at this point. Grab your gem. Headed east, the chapel, the pantry, or the observatory. We've gone for the observatory. I wonder what constellation we have today. That appears to be the Southern Cross. Rooms with 4 doors are more common today. Headed back west. The Great Hall, the archives, or the passageway. Now, we've never seen the Great Hall before. So we've chosen the Great Hall. Let's see what all the fuss is about. A locked door, of course. The West Wing Hall, the bedroom, or the patio. Now I've decided to go with the patio because it does have a chance to spread gems in each green room. Also, we've never had a patio before. A quaint little barbecue area. A gym key and a new thing. Buried below. Occasionally you may discover small mounds of dirt in certain rooms of the estate. With a shovel, one may be able to excavate these suspicious dig spots. The West Wing Hall, the coat check, or the courtyard. Let's go for the coat check because we really want our compass back. Alright, we have the archives, the weight room, or the rotunda. We've decided to go with the archives. Check around for items. Can't go west, we don't have any keycard access. So we'll head north. We have the billiard room, the boiler room, or the archived floor plan. We've decided on the boiler room because once again, we've never seen that. Looking around, getting a feel for the place, checking the generators. And of course, we have to touch everything. So spin the wheel. Ah, now we've got steam. And we've activated a box, but what does that box do? Aha! The upstairs door is now unlocked. But there's no bridge. Back down. Aha, we have a spigot. That doesn't seem to have done much. So we'll try this again. Aha, now we have a bridge. But unfortunately the door is locked again. And there's a gate. Lever to which appears to be on the other side. An archived floor plan, the weight room or the rotunda. We're going with the archived, and it's the bunk room. More bananas. Being silly, seeing if we can climb the ladder. Behold, the creature. Nothing new on the desk, but just to make sure. The weight room, the laboratory, or an archived floor plan. We have no gems, so we have to go with the weight room. Archived floor plan, guest bedroom, or the furnace. Going with the guest bedroom to get those extra 10 steps. Because as we've just realized, we still have the Great Hall, and we still have a key. The parlor, the cloister, or an archived floor plan. Let's go with the archived. And it is the corridor, which leads us back to the nook. Headed back through the den into the observatory because we remember the observatory has another door. Going for the archived floor plan, and it's the bedroom. We have another key, so that means back to the Great Hall. Picking a door at random. Wait a minute, that's different. We have some coins. And a lever. Well, what's this do? Ah, the antechamber. We've opened up a door. Yes, that smirk of victory, Kayden. Headed back to the code check because we still really want to keep our compass. So we'll go ahead and check it in. Call it a day. Ah, yes, our title is now changed to Mount Holly Cozy Inn. Day 9. Headed west, we have the bedroom, spare room, or the nook. We've decided to go with the bedroom today. Check around for any items. Doesn't seem to be any there. We have the chapel, the den, or the utility closet. Of course we go with the den. The parlor, the closet, or the spare room. Can't back out now. What shall we do? Let's go with the closet. Ah, we have a die. And a shovel. We have the pantry, the chapel, or the nook. We are going with the nook. Grab ourselves that key. The chapel, the spare room, or the corridor. We've gone with the corridor. Remember, the corridor is always unlocked. The utility closet, the parlor, or the garage. We've never seen the garage, so I've decided to go for that one. Christoph, this is the third time this month you and the car have been gone when your services were required. I don't care how long you have been driving for his lordship. Your absences must be accounted for. Mrs. Babbage. Now, it does take me a while, because unfortunately I wasn't thinking straight, and I didn't realize that the best place to look for the keys would be on the wall. Trying the intercom, nothing there. Still looking around absolutely everywhere, thinking perhaps they might be in the car. Yes, I passed them 3 times. I even saw them right there. I somehow did not process that they would be on the wall, Kayden. Kayden. The wall. The wall is where you hang keys, Kayden. Why are you looking at this wall as if they're going to be here? Ah, there you go. Now you found them. The utility closet, the hallway, or the parlor? We've gone with the hallway. Decided to go farther east. The bunk room, the library, or the observatory? We've decided to go for the library. Shiny apple. Let's get our eat on. And I've decided we want drafting strategy this time because I know that'll give us some hints on how to lay out the house. A mail room, a workshop, or utility closet? I've gone with the mail room. Again, we've never seen it. We have an order placed. So the mail room, once we draft it, the day after, a package will be delivered, but we have to get the mail room again. The storeroom, the parlor, or the nursery? I've decided on the storeroom. And unfortunately, I realize I've just painted myself in a corner. Ah, see, now Mount Holly is listed as a snug little cottage. Day 10. Heading west this time. The bedroom, the hallway, or the utility closet? The hallway. Heading north. The nook, the corridor, or the chapel? We've gone for the corridor, but we decided to head further west. We have the parlor, the closet, or the observatory. Adding a closet here. Ah, we have a coin purse. Each time you collect 3 coins, earn an additional coin in interest. You have the chapel, the parlor, or the bedroom. We've gone with the bedroom. Once again, looking around for items. The den, the library, or the commissary. Remembering that we just checked out that book, we're going to go ahead and go with the library here. Drafting Strategy, Volume 3, the June issue. We have The Potential Within by the editor. Gems, Gem Strategies and Tips. Planning your house, estate layout and drafting. Top drafting combos, 5 combos you won't want to miss. Making a connection, estate connectivity. Tips and tricks, suggestions for suggest. And word from the editor by the editor. The Potential Within. We all start as an empty floor plan. To the ambitious young architect, a fresh blueprint represents a world of boundless possibilities. When you are staring at a blank canvas, you have unlimited potential and ideas to explore. But with an abundance of options at your disposal, the architect can also become overwhelmed by the countless choices and decisions that need to be made. Should I draft a hallway or a closet? How many bedrooms do I need in my house? Is passageway really worth 2 gems? All these questions can compound, adding layers of complexity and stress to the design process. That's why it's even more important to develop a simple and effective strategy that you can employ while drafting your house to ensure a successful project outcome. In this volume of Architectural Digest, we aim to provide architects with some of those strategies and even assist them in developing their own. Gems, gems, gems. Every architect needs them. Although many architects employ different strategies when developing their house designs, most of them agree on one guiding principle: have gems while drafting. One of the most common ways architects draft themselves into a corner is by not exploring the resources, blah 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 blah. Yeah, unfortunately I've cut off the lower left section of the corner with my stupid face, so we're just going to have to give you the rundown. It basically says, as we go up the map and rank up our rooms, we need to make sure that we have enough gems. We have reader submitted gem strats. Alice F says, make sure you check for gems in the room you're in before clicking the door. I do this way too much. Jen H says, think about saving some gems for emergencies. I try to only spend them if I really, really need a room. Kyle P, I will never draft passageway on the first 5 ranks. It's a simple strat that has served me well. Matthew M, if you see gems for sale in any of the shops, buy them out. Craig O, don't pass up wine cellar even if you're not thirsty. There's no such thing as too many gems. I may have a bit of a problem. Planning your house. Estate layout and drafting. When you begin drafting a house, it's important to start each day with a solid foundation. Draft early ranks first. Okay, so basically, each of this vertical slices of the map is in fact a rank. So entrance hall is rank 1, and then we have the den on rank 1, the hallway is on rank 2, the nook is on rank 3, etc., etc. And basically what it's saying is that you don't want to leave doors just hanging in the lower ranks, not putting rooms in them, and even if you snake your way north, you're cutting yourself off at the legs because you're not going to have enough gems and such to actually build these rooms in the higher ranks. So, you need to be careful and not leave doors just laying out there in the wind behind you. Top drafting combos. 5 combos you won't want to miss. Another aspect to consider when planning your house is the order in which you draft rooms. For instance, if you draft cloister before terrace, you will be down 3 gems. But if you draft them in the reverse order, cloister would be free. Identifying a synergistic pair of floor plans is an essential first step. But determining the optimal order for drafting those rooms will provide you with an additional advantage, significantly improving your chances of success. Other floor plan combos. A foyer drafted before the Great Hall would mean that all of its many doors would be unlocked. Drafting the bunk room after the nursery will give you 10 extra steps because it counts as 2 separate bedroom triggers. You won't have to backtrack constantly to collect your gold spread from office if you draft a conference room. The more items you have, the greater your chances of being able to create a contraption in the workshop. Making a connection. Estate connectivity. 2-pair combos aren't the only form of room synergy. You will find some floor plans only work when drafting other specific rooms. These rooms aren't powerful on their own, but can become very useful when their connectivity is eventually discovered. The utility closet is a perfect example of this. It doesn't do anything by itself, but it can literally power up or down other rooms you have drafted in your house. The garage switch powers the garage door and grants west path access. Dark room turns the light back on after blowing a fuse. The gymnasium switch turns the lights off to prevent step loss. Other examples of connectivity. One of the more simple examples, her ladyship's chamber has synergy with Lady Espen's other 2 rooms, her boudoir and her walk-in closet. The boiler room connects ducts from room to room to run steam power to specific destinations in the house. The laboratory, the garage, the laundry room, the furnace, the pump room all have some use for steam power. Speaking of the pump room, this room controls the water level throughout the entire house and can interact directly with the pool, aquarium, greenhouse, kitchen, and several other features located outside of the main house. Tips and tricks! In the kitchen, you can check which course is being served in the dining room that day. This will allow you the opportunity to draft specific rooms that will make the meal even more delicious. Besides counting as 2 bedrooms, the bunk room also counts as 2 rooms. This will increase the amount of steps granted by the master bedroom, the amount of gold spread by the tomb, and the amount of keys found in a servant's quarters. Each time you solve a puzzle in the billiard room or parlor, the difficulty will increase slightly the next time you draft that room. Just because you didn't find any items in a room when you first explored it, it doesn't mean that will be the case the next time you draft it. The day after drafting the freezer, it enters an automated cooldown refreezing cycle during which it cannot be drafted for the next 24 hours. If you're stuck or don't know what to do in a specific room, sometimes it is smart to move on. There are multiple ways to solve many of the challenges you will come across, and there is a very good chance that you will find a piece of information down the road which may help. When in doubt, draft rooms you have never seen before. Even if you do not think the rooms seem very useful, they may still hold useful clues and information that may help you on your journey. A word from the editor. Although with this volume we have provided our readers with many potential strategies and tricks to try, we here at Architectural Digest hope that aspiring architects know there is truly no set blueprint for success. Forging your own path and coming up with your own unique strategies will, in our humble opinion, always provide the best results. Each architect has his own favorite room, each builder his own favorite tool, and thus each player in turn will develop their own style of play and discover their own secrets and tricks that they can share with the world, or keep to themselves. Whatever strategy you employ, we wish you best of luck drafting and hope you build the house of your dreams. Alright, now we have the workshop, the servants' quarters, or the laundry room. Going for the servants' quarters. What do we have here? Hartley. I know we spoke often of this day, and I don't think there's anything I can say of the past 40 years that I haven't already attempted to tell you in numerous times in the past. Half-stated gratitude always interrupted with tactful and polite repudiation from you. I had always known this final letter could give me the perfect opportunity to finally express myself, uninterrupted by you and unfettered by social graces. But I don't feel the inclination to say aloud what has always been unsaid between us. With my passing, I release you from your post and service to the Sinclair family, and implore you to live the remainder of your years on your own terms, as scary and unfamiliar of a concept as that may be to you. Besides, I think a more junior valet might be better suited to meet the needs of young Master Simon. To that end, if you wish, you may stay on long enough to oversee the training and establishment of your successor in their post. But as soon as he or she has the lay of the land, my instructions for you to quit must be satisfied. Ignoring what I imagine your objection might be after reading this, I've decided to leave the lake house in Trinsdale to you and your family. My lawyers have all the details of the gift and will be contacting you shortly about the particulars. For the past 4 decades you have served willingly as the subject and victim to my many whims, games, and riddles, and so rest assured, unlike my nephew, you will not be put to yet another challenge to prove yourself worthy in this matter. The house is yours, without strings or stipulations. I had for a time gleefully entertained the notion of employing Anne as the house manager of your new residence, but I knew the humor of such a prank would be entirely lost on you, to say nothing of her. Until we meet again, my friend, Herbert. Looking for the keys. And we have found the keys. This time, apparently, a wall has not thwarted us. Decided to head north. A parlor, a lavatory, or a nursery. We've decided to add a bathroom because why not? Heading east. A spare room, a parlor, or the drawing room. We've gone for the parlor. Our puzzle? This box is the middle box. The gems are in the middle box. This box is the middle box. Well, that just seems easy. The gems are in the middle box. Yes, there we go. The nook, the utility closet, or the courtyard. We've gone for the courtyard this time. We have dirt. If only we had a shovel. Looks like it could be useful for digging. Alright, so let's dig. We've dug up a few old coins. Alright. What about this pile? Ah, nothing. That's a shame. The chapel, the storeroom, or security? You decided to go for security. Don't need to check the notes again. We're not going to bother with the terminal. The den, the furnace, or the greenhouse? We've gone with the den again. The storeroom, the spare room, or the nook? Going for the storeroom. We have quite a lot of keys now. The chapel, the maid's chamber, or the commissary? Let's grab that gem, shall we? Pantry, spare room, or kitchen? We're gonna go for the spare room. A utility closet, the nook, or the pool? Draft rooms we've never seen before. So that means we're gonna go for the pool. Nope, can't grab the net. Oh, we have the pool rules. Drafting pool rules. The draft pool is your deck of potential floor plans. Each time you draft, 3 random floor plans are drawn from the draft pool for you to select from. The odds of drawing a specific floor plan may differ depending on the room. Some rooms are more rare than others. Floor plans added to the draft pool are removed at the end of the day, unless otherwise stated. No running. The pantry, the chapel, or the ballroom? Gonna go for the chapel, take the monetary hit. Or not. Let's use one of these keys. The utility closet, the nook, or the drawing room. We've gone for the drawing room. The guest bedroom, the observatory, or the secret passage. Gone for the guest bedroom so we can get those 10 extra steps. We have the dark room, the dining room, or the passageway. We've gone for the dining room. No loose items in here. Going for the utility closet this time. And now for the dark room. Okay, we still can't see what we're drafting. And we have the freezer. Now, what is that? That looks to be a scepter and some gold bullion. Master Sinclair's personal freezer? Oh no. Are those frozen clothes and a frozen door? Some gems. A key. If only we had a way to thaw them out or break them. Well, we have keycard access, but we don't have a keycard. Wait a minute. We built a breaker room. So we're going to go ahead and turn on the dark room fuse. And we're going to turn off the keycard entry system. Unfortunately, that backfired. So let's take a look at some of these pictures. We have a couple of the house servants. A much blurrier photo of the house servants. One of, I assume that's Mrs. Babbage. Hey, a gym. Doesn't count towards our gym count because apparently it's frozen. We have an orchard with a heart in the tree. We have a portrait. Print notes. HS has requested yet another print of her ladyship, I assume for one of her rooms in the West Wing, as well as an enlarged print of the enclosed photograph. He said the last development was too dark, so keep an eye on that. Very scared looking man there. What is that in his hand? Okay, so we definitely need to come back with a magnifying glass. Oh, that's a very washed out print. Ah, selfie! A close-up of the camera, for some reason. Another washed out print. Tag. Another print of the orchard. That selfie again. and a close-up. And unfortunately, that is all we can do right now. So we're going to call it a day. Thank you everybody for joining us. I've been Narration Kayden. Have a wonderful day.